Greetings. You, friend?
May I?
Time. With you, at least, there's some sensible conversation. Unlike this pack of conceited up.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a hard off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him soon enough.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses and take action.
Have you got something against the Kuttenberg?
It's in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were born with silver spoons up their asses. And they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that. And they are our allies.
Allies or not.
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn
Out well for whose benefit, though? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure. In the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses to a minimum.
Godwin, you wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. There's something I'd like to ask you. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not...
Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord! What are you expecting?
I have no great expectations, but, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him any contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
Something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? What do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their army. It's a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not and beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley.
I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
Well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has... Shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
At least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has eyes everywhere.
Oh, nothing. An old grievance.
What brings you here? Greetings.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem?
Shall we...
Well, I'll wait at the...
Unless you're playing for the first time. God bless, good sir.
Let it.
Alright, that'll do. My God! Oh, come on! Well, that's no great loss. You didn't have much anyway. Alright, that'll do. Here. Finished. Your turn.
Greetings to you too.
Good game, friend. The money's yours.
Trying to do one thing only.
They remember well how the burghers in Moravia fared in the last war.
Sir Bochek.
A man. Does that
Only-
You've got... I need. You can. I can.
So-
My. If
How?
he's.
And he...
And on me.
So,
The king.
young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impop, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support...
You I mean, with your blessing.
You are...
With the niece of Sir Bochek, Lord of Kunstadt.
Bochek of Kunstadt? The Bochek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't... Young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the bishopric.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheer!
Cheers.
Sir Bochek.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill.
Thank you.
Enough for me.
Sir, I don't believe I've had the honor.
Nor I, until now. I am Sir Conrad, Lord of Wächter.
You...
And I, until...
Are you...
I have, but...
Do...
I, and it would like...
God be with you, friend.
I'd love to take her for a ride. Sakura. I've got a hankering for her just talking about her. I reckon.
Sir Kunzman,
I've heard about you from Martin.
oh dear.
Have no fear. I know Martin well, and I know he's prone to exaggeration.
What do you think of the rabbi's offer? The Kuttenberg Jewish community is large. It would change everything.
Or nothing. To be honest, I've no idea what to expect of the rabbi's offer.
He said he was interested in an alliance, though, didn't he?
Aye, but it won't change the lot of his people.
So you don't trust him?
And isn't it natural? It's not just fate and the walls of their quarter that separates us. They live in our city, but they're more foreign than the Germans or the Why wouldn't I? She's joined at the hip with my daughter Rosa.
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here. She's a bit of a thorn in the side for some of the gents here.
I knew her husband Wenzel, and he married her out of love, and I care.
So it's not...
Vile! Be with you.
How are you getting on so far?
Union. Everything is going according to plan. Thanks for asking.
I'd almost forgotten about that little detail. But fortunately, it wasn't too much.
Father is getting old. There were times when he could keep yelling at me half the day.
Keep it up. Well, do it with the wine. No one takes a walking wineskin seriously.
I've got those papers from all... You will...
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How...
And...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion.
This supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the house. The widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. my lords.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes!
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to...
Clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the verbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only...
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, on as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And voices to the glory of King Wenceslas!
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already...
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do... We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it ordering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Anything.
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and... The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a...
I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the mine...
Stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! Bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my...
Over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets, and let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. And increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. The council is dismissed. Don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry, and we still wish to speak with our friend.
Sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt. And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, but rightfully so. Please counsel us. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy.
As if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us, with a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. What are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished the nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Your life emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. Then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health. And grow in the land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
Biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any.
Together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov. But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of
False. Others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some...
So fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing.
Sire, you shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
Victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future. Again? You?
pronounceable.
Nice. So what? We left a long time ago.
I remember someone read.
Need of something, my wild friend.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, all's brighter tomorrows.
Touching.
Come now. What's become of your poetic soul?
I never had.
Not even a little?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See that with you. Only there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something.
One steady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. Evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it. Get sniffing quick.
The girls or the piglet? Fucking beggars. They got by without it.
Come on, finished. Pull up your skirt, and I'll be done.
But get it.
You do it. Oh, like a queen.
If the Queen did this, there wouldn't be no war. Holy God, have mercy on us. O Angel of Christ, Holy Guardian and Protector of my soul.
The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Do you get it, Father?
Please, call me.
Whatever, fuck it.
And you should not curse either.
Having a good time?
He's a fucking bore. These old farts.
There's wine, food, even a few females worth the same.
I'd rather have a game of dice. Or a good punch-up.
Well, let's have a game then. But for what? Playing for coins a bore.
I might have something.
And what might that?
Let's keep it a surprise.
What the?
You bet.
Good day. God be with you. And with you?
rotten carrot and lard and ram it up your dry arse.
I was just having a laugh with you. Lighten up. If you don't like your prize, hand it over here.
Here you are. Not much use to me.
Ah, you've got no imagination. It's not for eating. Like I could shove it down the back of the cousin's shirt.
I'm offering you a business deal without any ulterior motive. I am far too old for some sentimental courtship.
What kind of name is phallus anyway?
It's pronounced. May I interrupt you for a moment? Already did, didn't you?
What's the matter?
The prettiest girls in the whole county serve the Odorins at the Borscht. I didn't believe it. But I can see there's some truth in it. What are you blabbering about?
Fine, perhaps.
Not at all. I could drink every man here under the table. Want me to show you?
No need. I believe you.
Stop!
Of course it's a horse. Not a bad one, but it's more suited for a ride in the woods or a hunt. No use at all for battle.
You have run out when you started retching.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Roothard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of for.
That's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he's coming happily to the celebration, you old.
Come on in, sir.
Hey! Intruders! Enemies on the gates!
Just around the Christmas. Can't make it on his own.
Don't spare him!
Show what's done for!
Show what you're made of.
There! Fighting!
You're facing a nobleman. That's right. Drive on.
You're not up to it. Come on, then. We'll kick your asses. Now, you're finished.
More coming.
Go! Quick! Quick!
On the head.
I'm not afraid of anyone. You choose.
Don't spare it. Hey! I need a hand here.
You're done here, Horsens. That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me. To my... Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Armed.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father?
Left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those boots.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. Good luck.
You have a brother? Where is he?
He's upstairs in the hall. He's alive. but he's severely wounded. To defend our father. That old badger's not worth the trouble.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally.
Cousin Botchick's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berg...
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. Be careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
Sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews. Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Calls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know...
Sturdy.
Well, at least it was over quick. Though, he almost took hint of Kunstadt with him.
Why, Lady Anna? What could she do to them? She couldn't even defend herself.
Why did they even attack us? Haven't we?
Did I say anything like that?
Young Sir Christopher came out. You fought brave.
I'm glad you did.
Even though that old bastard was hardly worth it. If you got yourself killed, it wouldn't have helped him.
Preaching again. Aren't you... a priest?
Would be left without a port.
No one knows where the others don't mourn.
You wanted to talk to me?
I did. Because...
Just get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He's...
Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. I met. I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am...
Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
We look the same age, and... Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And... what does that make us, then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps your God and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's...
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out. Quick! Every man counts.
I have to tell Liechtenstein, but then we'll set off right away.
Go and tell him, but hurry.
Why did we even come here?
No one knows where they took Odin and the others. Don't mourn just yet.
Did I say anything like that?
Young... Take care of young Sir Christian. We hope his father can back soon.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse stuff.
That's all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. Lady Anna of Volstein, and many other nobles.
It was slaughter. And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the Burg. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get...
Very soon, at Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Samuel already knows.
Immediately.
I'm going with the rest of our people to Devil's Den, so don't leave me hanging, all right? Stay strong.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way.
Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? A great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
All right, then. Let's go.
Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that. Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased. To get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster at this pace?
We should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
Shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough. Follow me.
Passageway. We all would, lad, but it has been decided as punishment for our
Killed
medicine.
us. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you have...
Halt! I heard something.
So...
All the way here, it is all over.
No, I think... I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving.
This way to the shore. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up.
I'm with you, just in case. How about Kubyenka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the
We'll see you up there.
Follow me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. Other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who? Who's hiding where and why? In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more. Admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading... Those men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I'll go upstairs and see if anyone is still there.
If they took anything from down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
I can't leave.
Not a damn thing here.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. Outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the... What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
About your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Amartes. This Eric eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for...
Cool. You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come...
of myself. Now go. God be with you.
Oh, Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his...
Axel?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's...
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyards! Follow me! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards.
Help us!
We can't.
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? Rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Go inside. Quick.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are!
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get...
Are you ready? Can you hurry it up? I want to get back.
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
Let's go. It's this way. Damn. Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Surely we cannot just leave them here like this. There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here.
Oh, shalt thou be wrathful, have compassion. Don't worry, even if that happens, it will...
You
Thank you. For everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott. Boy.
I know this might not be the best time, but... do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well... all right.
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh... the hen of...
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... well,
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just... meet some well.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Do not worry. We were just talking about...
Did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. A blacksmith shop in town. But there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The goodmen so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlock of schlock.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. The one that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
For me, even as far as Colin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went... Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
For Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not... I had to take care of someone. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go... What's Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. I dream about him quite often. About that... together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck. Look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother. Even...
I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Mother of God, that was terrifying. If it wasn't for you... Thank you, lad.
It was nothing, really. The main thing is you're safe and sound.
No. I have to repay you for your bravery. Here, for you. So that you don't forget me. And thank you again.
Hey, lad.
What are you doing here?
What does for ages now. So I decided to take a load off. But I can tell you, it ain't too comfortable here.
I was afraid you were dead. Whenever I see someone lying by the road, it usually ends up...
Fine. You never just lay down under a tree.
I prefer sleeping with a roof over my head. It's safer that way. I heard there's thieves who will even steal the shoes right off...
They must have some pretty nimble hands, I'll give them that. But I'm a light sleeper. Ain't nobody stealing my old boots.
Look, you know you have some... It looks a bit like a horn.
A horn? Nobody's called it that yet.
What is it, then?
What's left of it, that is. A metal arrowhead and a bit of a wooden shaft. It used to be longer, but I broke it off after I nearly took a wench's eye out with it.
What? An arrow?
An arrow. With an arrowhead, a shaft, and a fletching. Simply an arrow.
You have an arrow stuck in your head? Shouldn't you be... Well... anyone with an arrow in his head who wasn't?
Of course I should be. Dead as... I'd be pushing up daisies. But it ain't no ordinary arrow.
Oh? What's special about it?
Always questions all of a sudden. How about you tell me who you are first? Talking to strangers.
I'm Henry, the son of a blacksmith from Skalitz.
Oh, fuck. I heard about Skalitz. I heard it was real bad.
That it was.
Well... peace. Look, the name's Carl. Folk call me Carl Arrowhead. On account of... well, you know.
How come the arrow didn't kill you, then?
Because...
You said that already.
Thing is, it's a magic arrow.
Yeah, right.
You don't believe me? I get mixed up in, let's say, some confrontation. And sometimes things get a bit dicey. I was always getting beaten up, wounded, battered. But ever since I had this arrow... wounds, no bruises, nobody can hurt me. They haven't a chance.
Well, that could very well be a coincidence. You're just lucky.
It ain't no coincidence. Arrow here blessed me.
Doesn't it hurt? Looks like a nasty wound.
Look, when God blesses you, you accept it for what it is.
So...
and it fucked my eyesight up a bit. But that don't matter. It's still a gift from God.
Do you think it could be taken out? Can I touch it?
If you touch it, I'll rip off and make you clap.
Easy! Easy now! I was just asking. No need to get upset. You're worried I'd get the magic too, eh?
No. I'm worried that you wouldn't march and step, and I wouldn't like that.
To be blessed. What did you do to deserve it?
Well, I suppose all them good things what I did in my life. I'll take care of. I reckon God's pleased with me.
I understand. You're simply undefeatable.
Exactly, lad. A whole year without a scratch. A whole year. Got ourselves into some dodgy situations, I'll tell you that. But enough chat. I've got to get back to the camp. I've got a proposition for you. You lug one of them sacks here for me.
What's in these sacks, anyway?
Just stuff what folk leave lying around unattended. These days, who knows what else? They keep their valuables in their chests. Folk are plenty nervous. And then they go and leave a couple of sacks of charcoal lying around outside. And when you see something like that, let it get rained on, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Wet charcoal doesn't burn very well. Good thing you took it.
What do you mean? It's charcoal. It always comes in handy. So, will you help me?
Well, can't let you lug them all on.
Them sacks. Man can be invincible and blessed by God, but 2 sacks of charcoal is still 2 sacks of charcoal. That sack must really be weighing you down, eh? Or you just don't feel like talking?
No. I was just thinking it over. How can you...
It's as easy. I just know. When I got hit with this here arrow, I was out of it for 3 days. I just lay there for 3 days. Everyone thought I was dead. But I... of someone. He had this glow around him. He must have been a saint. He spoke to me. Real kind-like. On the 3rd day, I woke up. That I was a changed man, and there was no turning back.
But if the arrow is a gift from God, do you think he doesn't mind?
Long before it happened. The arrow could have killed me then, but it didn't. He knows very well I've got no choice. I do what I have to just... one of them. I can't let them starve to death. And our good Lord knows that. That's why he leaves us be. With this arrow, he sent us a bit of his grace. And our lives are just a little...
God does all sorts of things. Maybe the invincible Carol with his arrow is all just part of his plan.
Exactly. Just like he sent you to help me with the sack. Now... Hold up. Fine helper you turned out to be.
I've heard say some farmers can tell by the clouds.
Part the clouds. Old weather was covered in scars. He knew it was going to rain. Back, it was hail all the way.
Wherever they go.
That sounds like it's coming.
I dropped that sack. What if I let...
Why would you do that? You wouldn't get... Thanks for the help, lad. I'm glad you happened by and stopped to talk to me. Not every...
I'm glad to be...
Here's some ale, but now, Lord be with you.
You are a kind master, eh? Much?
What a mess.
Look what I have for you.
If you're hungry, just let me know.
Christ, so much dust. It's filthy again. Damn it.
I heard you fought in the Battle of Kosovo. Is that true?
Why wouldn't it be?
Talk a lot when you're drunk.
True enough. And I'm drunk a lot. That's true too. But as it's true, I was on the field of Kosovo, and I fought there. And I was quite sober.
So how did it happen? Tell me. I don't think I can quite imagine such a massive battle. How many soldiers were there?
Countless, lad. At least 10,000 men on our side. And Sultan Murad must have had at least twice as many with him. Lord forgive me, but it went to shit.
Could you be more specific?
Specific? People said after the battle. When you're in the midst of it, you don't see what's happening around you.
Which was?
Oh, it's hard to describe. Attacks are followed by retreats, and between that... When the battle began, the Serbian cavalry crushed the Turkish left flank. It looked good for us, but alas, that was just the beginning. Soon, we got ours too. We fought. They hit our center. The Sultan's Janissaries attacked us there. Damn devils, and raised all hell. Rivers of blood soaked the ground. Give up, and death isn't an option. But then a rumor spread that Prince Lazar had fallen, and everything... Tough old warrior of the Nemanjic royal blood. He wouldn't give up just like that. With an arrow in his eye, he climbed his horse and rode straight for the Sultan. Evening. But no one had the strength to force the enemy to retreat.
And where did you fight?
In the saddle. I'm a nobleman, after all. But I lost 3 horses under... Most of us mercenaries were on the left flank, under the command of Vlatko Vukovic. But he soon got wounded, and the men began to flee. I mean... here today.
And who was that?
The commander of our company. A born warrior, and a good friend. In fact, Zizka reminds me of him a bit sometimes. Gabriel had taken a command at that point, meant our flank did not buckle, and the Ottoman rabble did not cut us to pieces as we fled.
So who won in the end?
All day. And in the end, no one knew who had won, because both sides left the field. Only later did we find out. Prince Lazar had fallen there alongside. Came the news that Lazar had been captured and executed by the Turks the day after the battle.
They executed a prince?
Aye. They beheaded him, because someone had slit their sultan's throat like a piglet. Say, we held our own against the odds and survived. Only without their prince, it was just a matter of time before Serbia fell into the new Ottoman. Fortunately, I didn't stick around to see it. All the same, even as I'm telling it, it strikes me what an advantage. Time, and yet, I can only...
You're a captain?
Aye.
You did?
Aye. A memory...
I'll have a bite to eat, thanks.
You boy.
Do you have it?
I'm listening. Oh, you.
What?
Bro. You.
You.
No, come back.
What'd you...
What? No.
You're a...
No.
And what you...
Like if you...
And how the...
Cook.
I'm sorry.
Careful.